Hello there. Welcome to the basement. So, this morning I was chilling, and as part of my normal morning chilling routine, I like to, see what's going on out in the world of articles. And I came across this article from the Direct, and the title just immediately jumped out at me because of its inherent ridiculousness, and you'll see why. Here's the title of the article: Obi-Wan Kenobi writer frustrated by Disney Plus show's canon restrictions. Let's dwell on that for just a second. I don't know about you, but I didn't really feel much in the way of canon restrictions on that show anyway, so like I said, I read that and I'm like, oh, I gotta read the rest of this because what canon restrictions is he freaking talking about? So, this article, again, is from the Direct. It's by Jennifer McDonough and posted today. I amazingly found a story that's like recent that I want to talk about, which is cool. So, into the article we go. Wall-E director Andrew Stanton, who co-wrote the final two episodes of Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi, has had some challenges with the restrictions working on the Star Wars series regarding the canon storyline. Pause. Okay. Lucasfilm and Disney series Obi-Wan Kenobi wrapped up its 6-episode run some months ago. While it didn't take the world by storm, it was still a very popular show in its own right. Yeah, I guess if you imply from a certain point of view aspect of things, as espoused by Mr. Kenobi in Return of the Jedi. Kenobi, of course, saw Ewan McGregor's legendary Jedi Master take on Darth Vader in a high-stakes rematch. The entire season was driving towards the former friend's fateful lightsaber crash on an unnamed planet. It was named. Now, the Star Wars franchise's sense of canon has always been somewhat free-flowing. I suppose if you include some of the gobbledygook that's in the EU, that's true. But when it comes to, like, obviously the original 6 episodes and the Clone Wars, the stuff George was all up in, nah, fam, that's not the case at all. But the live-action properties, at least, are seemingly made to follow a strict sense of continuity. Damn Skippy. And it seems that Andrew Stanton, who helped write Kenobi's 5th and 6th chapters, took some issue with these limitations. Okay. Two-time Oscar winner director Andrew Stanton, who notably directed WALL-E and Finding Nemo, was a co-writer on the last 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi episodes. He remarked to Gizmodo that being tied to established Star Wars canon was both the blessing and the curse when discussing his experience with Lucasfilm. The following are Mr. Stanton's words. That was the blessing and the curse of it. It's like, 1, you're geeking out that you get to type Vader says this and Kenobi says that. You pause and say, I can't believe I'm actually getting paid to type this. I can't believe these words may be said. But then another part of you, it has to go through such a rigorous, does that fit the canon? And I feel like it's bittersweet. The reason that happens is because people care, but it also kind of doesn't allow sometimes things to venture beyond where maybe they should to tell a better story. So it can sometimes really handicap what I think are better narrative options. We'll get back to that. Stanton went on to add that he was sometimes frustrated during the writing process due to such continuity restrictions. He referenced Andor as being easier to write for, with that show existing in a safe spot in continuity. Back to Mr. Stanton's actual words. And so I was frustrated sometimes, not a lot, but I just felt it wasn't as conducive to the story. I love it when something like Andor is in a safe spot, and it can just do whatever the heck it wants. But I felt, Joby, this being Joby Harold, Obi-Wan co-writer and executive producer, to his credit, kept the torch alive and kept trying to thread the needle so that the story wouldn't suffer, but it would please all the people that were trying to keep it in the canon. But I got some moments in there that I'm very happy with. Okay, first of all, Joby Harold didn't try hard to maintain canon at all. His writing was a fucking joke. Period. Moving on. Star Wars as a franchise has literally been around for 45 years. And through that time, many other creators and visionaries besides George Lucas have been able to tell stories in a galaxy far, far away. Again, she's referring to the EU, and George still had to have approval for all that stuff. If he didn't want it, it didn't get printed. This has been particularly true since the Disney acquisition. That's facts. People be fucking around with George's stuff. But some of those creators have found it limiting due to Lucasfilm wanting Star Wars to stay true to a certain style and a specific continuity. Again, what? This mindset has led to the dismissal of a surprising amount of directors, perhaps most notably Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who were let go from Solo for apparently playing things too fast and loose. They weren't let go for playing too fast and loose with canon, they were let go for playing too fast and loose with what Kathleen Kennedy wanted. Having a sense of canon, continuity, and interconnectedness is very important in any big-name media franchise. Duh. But when it comes at the expense of creative liberty from some of the top talent in the industry, then it might be time to rethink things. Oh, I'm coming back to that one. The reason Andor is so praised is that it plays outside the box a bit and mixes up the Star Wars house style. Hopefully, Lucasfilm pays attention to Andor's accolades and carries forward what they've learned in future franchise installments. All 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi are available to stream on Disney+. Okay. First thing I'm going to deal with is this sentence. But when dealing with canon, having a sense of canon, continuity, and interconnectedness is very important in any big-name media franchise. But when it comes at the expense of creative liberty from some of the top talent in the industry, then it might be time to rethink things. There's a lot of IPs out there that you could probably get away with that. Star Wars is not one of them. Star Wars is George Lucas's story. That's it. It doesn't matter what kind of story writing talent you get. If they start flipping all about the way Disney's been letting a lot of these yahoos do so far, then guess what you're going to get? Gobbledygook jack shit. That's what you're going to fucking get. So, the key to good Star Wars is asking yourself this one simple question. WWLD. What would Lucas do? So yeah, no, it's not time to rethink some things. It is not time to give top talent full creative liberty with Star Wars. And now we move on to this one. The reason Andor is so praised is that it plays outside the box a bit and mixes up the Star Wars house style. Hopefully Lucasfilm pays attention to Andor's accolades and carries forward what they've learned into future franchise installments. I don't know if this, the writer of this article, what is your name, Mrs. Jennifer McDonough, has actually checked numbers, but Andor is wildly underperforming compared to other Disney Plus shows. Wildly, like insanely underperforming. Like, we all saw that graph a few weeks ago where it was like, here's Mando season 1, season 2, Book of Boba, all that, and then way down at the bottom was this little line that if it had been an EEG reading on a person, they would have fucking unplugged them. Those are the accolades this lady is talking about? Nah, fam. Nah, that ain't how it goes. I'm not saying Andor's not a good show. It is actually a very entertaining show. I like it. But it is also reasonable to say, I feel, that if you took that show as it stands right now, took the Star Wars label off from over the name Andor, and changed the Empire into, just named it any other, overbearing type of thing, you'd still have a badass sci-fi show, but you'd still have essentially the same show. If you follow what I'm saying. So, obviously, neither Mr. Stanton nor Miss McDonough understand jack diddly do about Star Wars. And it's rocket science. It's not rocket science. All you need to do is watch the original 6 and be like, okay, I'm thinking about doing this. What would George do? Would George do this? Would he not? And that's all you have to do. If he would, party on it. If he wouldn't, next idea, please. Swipe left on that shizzle. So, Yeah, yet another shining example on the internet of Star Wars ignorance by media writers and Hollywood writers both. It's fucking ridiculous. But there you go. There's that kind of fun article. Uh, if you like my content, please hit that thumbs up button. Because please comment, please subscribe. I want to interact. I don't get hardly any comments. I don't know why. Give your opinions. If you disagree with me, cool. Let's start a conversation. As long as you're not rude about it. I'm not going to be rude. I enjoy constructive dialogue. That's what I want. So start leaving comments, folks. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Visit the basement. It's not far away. It's just downstairs. Anyway, but yeah, so that's another ridiculous article that I absolutely had to share because I just had to. This caught me, and I had to talk about this one. So anyway, I hope you all are having a good day. Oh, I almost forgot. You will catch all kinds of nerdy content from me, but not gaming. I don't know gaming. I'm not good at gaming. I don't game hardly any at all. But I do know a guy who has dope-ass gaming streams that you should go check out. It is Justified MF. That is capital J, USTIFIED, capital M, capital F. He's got dope gaming streams. He's very interactive with his chat during his streams, like I would be with the comments if you left any. And yeah, just check him out. He's a good guy. Easy to talk to, easy to chill. He has a lot of fun with his gaming streams, and they're just fun to watch. So go check him out. And also, come back to the basement. Check me out, too. And like I always say, it's always good times to be had when you're chilling in the basement.